Don't you ever touch my daughter again. When you're a parent, you learn there are two worlds. The one your child thinks they live in, full of cartoons and warm blankets, and the one you live in, the one where danger can knock on your door without warning. And sometimes danger doesn't knock, it walks right in. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you're watching from anywhere in the world, drop your city or country in the comments. I love seeing where my golden family is tuning in from. And if you believe no child should ever be touched or threatened, smash that like button and subscribe. This story is going to shake you. Saturday afternoons in Brook Hollow Lane always pretended to be peaceful. Sunlight pouring through tall oak trees, warm breeze curling through the yards, the kind of calm that makes you forget that evil doesn't always wear a monster's face. Sometimes it wears a badge it printed at home. 7-year-old Lila Carter had a soft summer cold. She curled on the couch under her purple blanket, cartoons humming softly while her father, Jordan Carter, stepped out to grab medicine, soup, and a few groceries. He kissed her forehead, reminded her, like he always did, "Don't open the door for anyone but me, ever." She nodded, clutching her stuffed rabbit. He would be gone for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. That's all. But 20 minutes was enough for a bully to ruin a child's sense of safety. His name was Franklin Murdoch, mid-50s, the self-appointed HOA president, even though nobody ever elected him. He strutted through the neighborhood as if the sidewalks were built for his boots alone. He fined people for their grass being too expressive, threatened kids for chalk drawings, and treated every homeowner like a soldier under his command. And for reasons no one understood, he despised Jordan Carter. And now, his attention had drifted to little Lila. Minutes after Jordan drove off, Franklin stomped up to the Carter home and pounded on the front door, first with his knuckles, then with his fist, then with the force of a man who thinks the world owes him obedience. The door rattled, the frame trembled. Lila froze. She tiptoed to the peephole, saw his angry eyes on the porch, and backed away so fast her blanket trailed behind her. She stayed silent like she'd been taught. But Franklin wasn't a man who tolerated no, especially not from a quiet, scared black child he believed should obey him. He muttered to himself, scanned the windows like a predator looking for prey, then walked around the side of the house. And that's when he saw it, the sliding back door Jordan forgot to lock. He slid it open. He stepped inside. He entered their home like he owned everything inside it, including the child. Lila screamed when he appeared in the kitchen. She backed up until she hit the counter, her breath shaking in her chest. "Why didn't you open the door for me?" he barked, stepping closer. "My dad said not to," she stuttered. "I can't open the door for anyone but him." "Shut your mouth," he snapped, and then he slapped her, a grown man, striking a 7-year-old girl. Her scream echoed through the empty house, bouncing off walls that could not protect her. Her cheek burned, tears spilled instantly. Her small hands shook as she covered her face, whimpering. He didn't care, he didn't even blink, because some people don't see children. They see power they think they're entitled to. When Jordan pulled into the driveway, he expected nothing more than to make his daughter soup and let her rest. But the moment he stepped out of the car, something in the air twisted. It was too quiet. Then he saw her. Lila sat on the porch, knees tucked to her chest, shoulders trembling as she tried to wipe her tears with shaking hands. The grocery bags fell from Jordan's arms. Cans rolled across the driveway. A carton of eggs exploded at his feet. He didn't feel any of it. "Baby, what happened?" "What's wrong?" he whispered, dropping to his knees. Lila looked up slowly, and the sight nearly brought him to the ground. A red, glowing handprint spread across her cheek. A man's hand, fresh. "He came inside," she choked. "I didn't open the door. I didn't. I did what you said, Daddy, but he found the back door, and he hit me." Something inside Jordan didn't just break. It shattered. He held her tightly, whispering, "You're safe. I've got you." But behind those words, rage roared, silent but deadly. He tucked her inside, made sure she was drinking water, made sure she wasn't alone. Then he stood up, and the calm that settled over him was terrifying. He didn't knock. He didn't call. He didn't hesitate. He walked straight across the road to Franklin Murdoch's house like a storm wearing human skin. He kicked the door so hard it nearly came off the hinges. Franklin opened it with that familiar smirk, fake badge glinting in the porch light. "Well," he said, This had better be important. Jordan's voice came out low, shaking with held-back fury. What did you do to my daughter? Franklin shrugged. She disrespected me. I disciplined her. Kids today have no manners. You broke into my home, Jordan said, stepping forward. You hit my child. Franklin raised a hand dismissively. Maybe if you taught her to listen to authority, I wouldn't have to step in. Then he leaned in, voice dripping venom. And let me make something clear. Your little girl doesn't get to ignore me. Not here. Not ever. That was the last sentence he spoke with a full jaw. Jordan's fist connected faster than Franklin could flinch. The impact cracked through the porch like lightning. Franklin flew backward, collapsing into his entryway, screaming like a coward finally facing consequences. You assaulted an HOA officer, he shrieked. I'm calling the police. Jordan didn't even raise his voice. I already did. Police cars rolled up minutes later. Neighbors gathered. Phones came out. People whispered, not out of shock, but out of long-awaited satisfaction. Jordan invited the officers inside. He played the security footage. They watched Franklin circle the house, test the windows, open the back door, enter the kitchen, and slap a defenseless little girl across the face. The room fell silent. One officer clenched his jaw so hard Jordan heard his teeth grind. When the clip ended, the older officer nodded grimly. That's all we need. Outside, Franklin was still shouting. You're taking his word over mine? Look at my jaw. The officer raised a hand. Mr. Murdoch, you unlawfully entered a residence and struck a minor. You are under arrest for trespassing, child assault, and child endangerment. Franklin's face drained of color. You can't do this. I'm the HOA president. Not anymore, someone muttered. A few neighbors clapped. One woman actually whispered, finally. Franklin was shoved into the back of the patrol car, screaming insults that no one listened to anymore. When the door slammed shut, peace settled over Brook Hollow Lane for the first time in years. Inside, Lila sat at the kitchen table, holding her stuffed rabbit. Her cheek was still red, but her breathing was calmer. Jordan knelt beside her. He's gone, he whispered, and he's not coming back. She leaned into him, small and shaking, but safe. Healing takes time, but fear fades fastest when justice arrives. And today, justice knocked louder than any monster ever could. If you believe no child should ever be touched or threatened, especially by someone hiding behind fake authority, hit that like button and subscribe.